We have all heard of RimPac, but what exactly is it, and what actually happens during it? First, some basics. RimPac stands for the Rim of the Pacific Ocean, and is held every other year by the US Navy's Pacific Fleet. The exercise has been running since 1971, and this is the 26th RimPac. It is a huge event, and takes place mostly around Hawaii, with other events happening in Southern California. It is the world's largest maritime exercise currently held. This year, 25 nations, 46 ships, 5 submarines, over 200 aircraft, and 25,000 personnel are participating in the exercise. It will run from the 27th of June to the 2nd of August. Israel, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka are also participating in RimPac for the first time. One notable country missing this year is China. China has participated in previous RimPac exercises in 2014 and 16. This year, the US uninvited them, citing China's recent actions in the South China Sea, referring to China building and deploying weapons to several islands in that sea. Russia is another major country not participating this year. Russia took part in RimPac 2012, they were invited to RimPac 2014, but declined, and they have not been invited back since. Russia and China, along with other nations, will be holding their own military exercises called Peace Mission 2018 and the International Army Games this summer. But back to RimPac. The overarching objective of RimPac is to forge relations between nations' militaries. This includes joint military exercises, but also meet and greets, receptions, many photo ops, athletic events, and even humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, all in the goal of creating bonds and connections between the participating nations, so that when a real-world event does happen, a commander from one nation is able to pick up the phone, call a commander of another, and have a personal connection with that person. That is the official explanation. Another reason for the exercise is to show off your country's military might to other nations. Several times, new weapon systems have been shown off and tested at RimPac. For example, this year the US Navy is bringing its newly commissioned USS Portland, an amphibious transport ship that will be armed with the LAWS laser system, and a test launching of the new LRASM anti-ship missile. RimPac is broken down into phases. First is Harbor or Port Phase, during which events, meetings, athletics, along with amphibious, urban combat, and various other drills take place. After this is the Sea Phase, where live weapons tests and naval drills and maneuvers occur. And finally, RimPac is wrapped up with nations playing out specific scenarios, combining all aspects of warfare. As of writing this, Harbor Phase has just ended and Sea Phase is set to begin. Sea Phase is when we get to see all the cool missile tests, so unfortunately I do not have footage of them yet to show you, but all sorts of weapons are tested. Torpedoes, bombs, guns, surface-to-air missiles, and anti-ship missiles, just to name a few. Most of these weapons will be fired at simulated targets, meaning they will just fly off into the air hitting nothing. And as long as they reach the point on the radar or sonar screens where the simulated target is, it will be judged a success. However, there will be some real targets as well. The US call it SINK-X, where an old, decommissioned naval ship will be used as a target. Participating nations will then have a chance to fire missiles, guns, and torpedoes at it to sink it. The USS Ingram and Ford frigates, along with the USS Racine, a landing ship, are among the targets of SINK-X at RimPac for 2018. The last major phase of RimPac I'd like to discuss is called the Free Play exercise. This is where things get most interesting, as it is not as scripted and planned out as the rest of RimPac. Commanders and units will have to respond to realistic situations and events. These involve everything from aircraft, to naval ships, submarines, and even an amphibious landing. In total, it consists of several thousand personnel, dozens of aircraft, landing ships, and much more, with both an attacking and opposing force. Everything is fair game in this phase, as long as it follows safety regulations obviously. Exercise Free Play is due to start the 30th of July. RimPac wraps up with the closing ceremony and summary of the exercises, after which each nation will...
You've seen them in Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, and dozens of science fiction and fantasy stories. But laser weapons are just make-believe, right? Well, maybe not. Energy weapons are real, and they're a lot more powerful than the novelty laser pointers that you're probably familiar with. Though they might not look like you imagine them. Take the US Navy's LAWS laser system, for instance. This experimental 30 kilowatt solid-state laser was installed on the USS Ponce in 2014. It's a real, fully operational directed energy weapon. And while it doesn't shoot out brightly colored blasts of energy like you might have seen in movies or TV shows, this invisible laser weapon still packs quite a punch. In tests, the Navy has used it to detonate explosives from a distance, burn out the engines of approaching boats, and have even used it to shoot down small, unmanned aerial aircraft. It's not even hard to use. When the Navy first showed this laser off, Rear Admiral Matthew Clunder told reporters that anyone who could play Xbox or PS4 games could use the USS Ponce's new energy weapon with ease. And not only is it an effective, undetectable weapon, But because there's no explosives, propellant, or gunpowder, it's safer to operate than traditional weapons. It's more affordable, too. Destroying or disabling a target with a traditional missile can cost thousands of dollars, but Laws can be fired for just 59 cents per shot. And the USS Ponce's energy weapon is just the beginning. Lockheed Martin has been working to help the Navy develop its next directed energy weapon system, the high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance, or Helios for short. It's a 60-kilowatt laser, twice as powerful as the Laws weapon. That's not a huge leap forward in laser technology, but it's enough for Lockheed Martin to start envisioning what a true next-generation laser system might look like. From systems that integrate Helios lasers with existing radar and targeting systems to eliminate threats at sea, to developing tactical airborne laser pods that can be mounted on military jets. Although those lasers won't be designed for aerial combat, but rather to help pilots defeat surface-to-air and air-to-air missiles before they reach their targets. And truth be told, that kind of defense capability is what most directed energy weapon systems are focused on today. Not attacking targets with space-age lasers, but using them to defend against drones, UAVs, and potential attacks. And that's an idea that's been a long time coming. Back in the 1980s, the Reagan administration's Strategic Defense Initiative hoped to build a fleet of laser-equipped satellites that could shoot down Cold War missile threats. The program's ambition outstretched its technology at the time, and it was eventually shut down in 1993. But now, decades later, we're finally catching up to the idea, just on a little smaller of a scale. So yes, laser weapons are real, though they aren't much like the blasters your favorite heroes carry around in the Star Wars films. And that's okay. Some things are more fun when they stay a fantasy.
Hello Everyons, you are watching the Military One. Today we will show why. On April 13, the United States Navy announced that it conducted a test of a new laser weapon. According to a statement released by the Navy, the ground-based laser system homed in on the red drone flying by, shooting a high-energy beam invisible to the naked eye. Suddenly, a fiery orange glow flared on the drone. Smoke poured from its engine and a parachute opened as the craft tumbled downward, disabled by the laser beam. The test fire, in February of this year, was the first time that the United States tested what it termed an all-electric, high-energy laser. The target in question represented a subsonic cruise missile in flight. The laser, designed by Lockheed Martin and called the Layered Laser Defense, or LLD, can counter a variety of systems, including fast attack boats, as well as unmanned aerial systems. Innovative laser systems, like the LLD, have the potential to redefine the future of naval combat operations. The Navy's Chief of Naval Research, Rear Admiral Lawrence C. Selly, explained this statement. They present transformational capabilities to the fleet, address diverse threats, and provide precision engagements with a deep magazine to complement existing defensive systems and enhance sustained lethality in high-intensity conflict, he said. Interestingly, the U.S. Navy explained that there is actually not a concrete plan in place to field the Layered Laser Defense System aboard Navy ships. Instead, the laser offers a glimpse into the future of laser weapons. It is compact and powerful, yet more efficient than previous systems. It has specialized optics to observe a target and focus laser beams to maximum effect, while also incorporating artificial intelligence to improve tracking and targeting. The U.S. Navy used the new laser weapon to shoot down high-speed drones, as well as fixed-wing aerial vehicles. LLD is an example of what a very advanced laser system can do to defeat significant threats to naval forces, said David Keel, a former Navy captain who is a program officer in the Office of Naval Research's Honor, Aviation, Force Projection, and Integrated Defense Department, which conducted the laser testing. And we have ongoing efforts, both at ONR and in other Navy programs, to keep building on these results in the near future. Although the U.S. Navy conducted similar testing of laser weapon technology in the 1980s, those tests involved chemical-based laser weapons, which presented the Navy with fairly significant logistical issues. These most recent LLD tests, however, involve an all-electrical system and offer the Navy to draw from a virtually limitless magazine depth.